four major components are there. In four components are called as Power Platform. Okay, those are Power App, Power Automate, Power Virtual Agent, Power BI. Um, Power App uh, tool to design page and forms without any coding. Without coding. But it gives the option to create any design or any page or forms without any code. We can connect with any kind of sources like SharePoint, SQL, Oracle. There are multiple sources. So we can connect to any source and fetch data from that source. Okay, that is the flexibility Power Apps provide. Power Automate is workflow. Okay, workflow in SharePoint. Okay, there will be only one source, SharePoint list. Okay, here we can have multiple sources, SharePoint, Salesforce, or even nowadays the desktop app also they have provided. In the desktop also, if there is any event trigger, for that also we can create our own Power Automate. Okay, it is condition and actions only. Actions. Like if particular one trigger is one particular event is happened, what needs to be done, that we will define Power Atom. Okay, Power Virtual Agent tool to design chatbot without coding. Okay, Power is Virtual Agent also said tool to we can create chatbot with using Power Virtual Agent. Here also, like it will be like sequence of steps and it will provide a response. Say for example, there is a ticket booking app. Booking app. This we can execute through Power Virtual Agent. Like first we need to get a source, destination, date of journey. These are the first we will get one by step one by one. We will ask this question from where you are traveling, where you need to reach, and date of journey, and kind of sleeper or whatever these information, whatever information we need to get from the user, and call API to book ticket. This calling API we can achieve through Power Automate. Okay. So you can you know right in the Power App as well in the form particular one button is clicked or one form one drop down value got selected or one text box is filled, that time we can call the Power Automate. Same way here in the Power Virtual Agent also, if we need to get data or if we need to update somewhere, we can call power automate. Power virtual agent is providing that option, because power virtual agent cannot directly communicate with the other sources. It is like it will give predefined set of queries only. We can to communicate with the user, we can use power virtual agent, but to get data from other sources, power virtual agent uses power automate only. So we can connect with power automate, and we can call API from power automate, and ticket booking can be done. And once it is done, we can send confirmation to the user. To user. Okay. Likewise, we can for simple, if there are no like complex business application, and no like queries from different region, which not region, different application, and it is not easily understandable, means that time we can't go with power virtual agent. It's a simple, only for particular area. Only questions will be like FAQ type of questions. At that time we can easily go with power virtual agent, and we can implement. Okay. And last one, power automate, sorry, power BI. You would have heard this name. This is like, we'll use this to generate the reports, to generate the reports. Its source can be anywhere. Source can be anything, like Excel, SharePoint list, OneDrive, or database, Cosmos. So from any sources it can connect, and it will fetch. It can fetch data and generate the report. Okay. So we'll cover Power Automate and Power App. Okay, and we'll see. Any doubt in this?
No, it's clear.
Okay. Okay, fine. I'll see the Power Automate. To open the Power Automate portal, the URL is make.powerautomate. You also open from your end. First, they had called this as Microsoft Flow, then renamed it as Power Automate. Okay. And this is the Power Automate homepage. Here, there is nothing related to like approval. Like these are set of predefined Power Automates available, templates available. If we need, we can use, like saving Outlook. If each time when we are receiving email, and if we want to save that email to OneDrive, and saving email to some other Google Drive, those things and all, they have provided like predefined template. If you need, you can open it and you can use it. So this automatically goes into this templates tab only. From here you can start using it. So from Outlook to OneDrive, Outlook sign in, OneDrive sign in. We need to sign in. Then once it is signed in, it will go to next step, and you can do all other activities. Okay. So likewise, there are many templates. So if you click on templates, it will provide all the templates. The button, VCO, data collection, email. So for each action, they have provided templates. Okay. When you find time, you go through for which and all activity they have provided template. Okay. This we have we can use. Okay. Approval, the second tab. If you are sending any approval, if you need to approve something for particular flow, those actions will come here. From here you can approve or reject, and you can see whether your approval, the one you initiated, got approved or not. Those things you can check from here. Okay. This is the approval I sent on 12th March. Okay, that's why I logged in as a test one. I sent to test two. I logged in test one, sent it to test two. That's why it is appearing here. Okay, this is the approval, and my flows, the flows which are created by you will appear here. Okay, you can see cloud flows, desktop flows. Okay, there are two types. The cloud flows are the one which we are actually create, for SharePoint and all. It's a cloud application, right? Which is not a desktop application, right? So for applications is hosted by Microsoft, if you are creating the Microsoft flow, that we call as cloud flow. Desktop flow is the one something like for the desktop level. If we need to automate something like a Windows scheduler and all there, right? Something similar to that. In this desktop level, if there is some event is happening, and for that you need to trigger the workflow and schedule the some action, means you can go with desktop flows. Okay, shared with me. If someone else is creating and they are sharing it to us, then that will come under shared with me. Okay, that's the thing. Create, we will go later. Connectors. So if you want to connect, say for example, there are many tools provided. Louis is one of the tools. Louis is language understanding. Okay, provided by Microsoft. Okay, this is cognitive services. It's uses like if you are saying like in chatbot and all, majorly Microsoft will use Louis only. Say for likewise, here you can see book ticket from particular region to another region. Okay, okay, for this it will understand like this, like what is the source destination. Likewise, this language could understand what is user is asking. So for that we can use. Okay, in our power automate, you want to integrate Louis. Say for example, you are receiving like anyway, you after adding particular item from the SharePoint list, then only our particular our power automate will generate, right? If you want to understand, if you make our power automate to understand what the end user has inputted in the SharePoint list, we can integrate Louis in that. Okay, to integrate Louis in our application, first we need to go to the connectors, and in the connectors, and when there are currently no trigger for this connector. Help us to decide which service and um, from here we will give the connection details, like Louis will be having its own ID and some other information. I don't remember. Yes. couple of information we may need to parameters we may need to register. See this API key, I thought API key and the endpoint URL, westus.api or eastus.api, like that. Some endpoint URL will be there. We need to register those endpoint URLs. Okay, then only if we register that endpoint URLs in the connectors, then we can use this connector in our MyFlow. Okay, that is the purpose of connectors. Okay, likewise, if we need to get data from multiple sources like Dataverse or some other table, so by default when we are clicking table, it is going to Power Automate tables only. Okay, this is also connections, like we can use Outlook or many sources we can use, right? For each sources it will make its own connection. Those connection details will be available here. So here you can see it is connected to SharePoint, Outlook, and for approvals it created approvals. These three connections by default it is having. Whenever we are using other sources, it will connections also will automatically get updated here. Okay, custom connection is something same. Okay, REST API, and if we need to like our own custom APIs, from here we can connect. Gateway to connect to the on-prem environment, we can use this gateway. Premium account is required, we can't use right now. Okay, gateway, it will be useful if we are connecting from chatbot to from this Power Automate to, if we want to connect to on-prem SharePoint site, we need this gateway option. From here only we can connect. And monitor is like how it is performing, if there is any issues. It's logs related only, right? AI builder also same. You can explore what is the options available here. I think this clicking on it, it is opening chatbot or see, AI build processing particular text box, text images for this and all. They have provided these steps. Okay, this if needed we can use in our Power Automate. Say for example, one particular document got uploaded and you need to get extract the information from the document. Those kind of things they have provided here in AI builder. This one we, when you needed, we can use it. Okay. These are the options available in the Power Automate. Okay, I'm going to create option. If you go to create, there are two. You can see these many options are available: automated cloud flow, instant cloud flow, scheduled cloud flow, descriptive to design it, rest of flow, process advisor. These are different types of flows we can create, like automated flows, like trigger event. This we used to do, like whenever item got created, updated, if we need to do some trigger means we will create using this option. Okay, automated cloud flow. Instant cloud, manually we need to run, say for example, we create the workflow for a particular list and we don't automate it. Whenever needed, we will initiate it, then it will process all the items in the SharePoint list. In that case, we will go for, okay. scheduled cloud flow is something like timer job and schedule job only. Okay, instead of if we don't have environment to schedule job, you can start from here as well. From here also you can call the API and you can do your own operations. To design it, describe the flow you want, and AI builds it to you for describe it to something. Maybe we may input it and AI by default it will build. I didn't use this option. You try from your end. It is preview only. Okay. Desktop flow, as I discussed, for desktop level, if we need to do some action, we can use desktop flow. Okay, next one, process advisor, optimize your existing process and tasks. Maybe this is something like checking the how we effectively we are using the like power automate, and if there is some improvement, this one we can suggest. Okay, that is the process advisor. Okay, mostly we will use these three only. Okay, mostly first one will be using it, other two if needed will use. Okay, other things and all we won't use currently. Maybe in future we may go with this describe it to design it. This option we may go in future. Okay, mostly we'll go with automated cloud flow. This one only will go. Okay, I am starting it. Select it. This question they can ask kind of power automate we can create different types of power automate we can create. You remember these things like automated flow, instant flow, scheduled flow, and desktop flow. These things you remember, they can ask you. I'm clicking on automated cloud flow. You also can create. So have you opened it?
Yes, I have opened.
Okay. I'm giving flow name as approval of flow. Such the trigger kind of trigger we need to enter, like when an item added, when an item modified, when new something, all the items when new response is submitted in the Microsoft form. This is for Microsoft form. These three are for SharePoint, and next one is OneDrive, Planner, RSS, Gmail, Microsoft Teams. For different sources, we can create Azure DevOps, Microsoft Dataverse. You can see like even Outlook, if you receive new email, what needs to be done. For multiple action we have. So now we are going with SharePoint only. So when an item is created, what needs to be done? So I'm creating this one. So if you are getting any requirement like for any O365, even based O365 tools, you can first check in Power Automate whether that we can cover in Power Automate. Then only you can go with like custom solution. Okay, something like new file added in OneDrive, you need to move to some other places. New file, new document got added in a particular place, and that automatically move to the OneDrive or some other sources. Yeah, for any option, Outlook based also. For Teams, as you are in supporting, if you are receiving an email in your O365 email box, and for that ticket needs to be automatically generated. For those cases as well, we can go with Power Automate. So when email is received, what needs to be done? For that, from the we can get all the information, who sent the email, what is the email content. With that, you can generate the incident or service request and send it to the customer. We will follow for that request, and we are not going to respond for the email you sent. Likewise, you can create your own template and automate it. Okay, I'm clicking on create. By default, it will come when an item is created and from which site and list we need to do this action. Okay, you select your site collection. If it is not there, you enter custom value. From the custom value, you can enter your site URL. Then, or else existing site name you can select. Once you select, all the lists and libraries which are available in that site will appear automatically. You can select any list. Okay, I'm selecting the employee info. Let me open the SharePoint. Employee info. Okay, employee info. So advanced option, limit columns by view, avoid. This is for threshold related issues. So currently we don't have that we don't have to consider because which from which view we need to get. Say for example, there are more than 5% item or more than 12 number of lookup and people pick a fill. That time we may need to use. Currently, it is not required for us, so I'm leaving it as empty. Try the advanced option,
వస్తున్నానండి.
clicking on new step. Okay, likewise only for each step it will be go on top. Then for next step we need to select the action like conditions and action. These are whatever we are seeing here. We say condition or action. What needs to be done that only we are going to select. So we need to initiate approval workflow means type approval in the search box. You can see create and start and wait for an approval type. So I selected the start and wait for an approval action. Here approval type you can see approve or reject. Everyone must approve. Say for example you are sending approval to 3 people and A, B, C, and whether we need to anyone approves is fine or all three needs to approve. That decides this one. Everyone must approve. First to respond means anyone is approving, that is fine. Okay, first one's response will automatically take. Say for example A rejects the approval, that it's rejected, or A approves means it's approved. Okay, so wait for all approvals, wait for one response. This is the one custom they are saying. So I'm selecting approve reject first to respond, or okay, or I'll select custom response, wait for one response. Response option, these things, and I'll select this. Wait to confuse. Okay, once we select like title, so for email and all, we what is the information we need to provide? What is the like while initiating the approval, the title we will be giving the item, right? Same way we can provide need your approval, and if we need to provide some information from the SharePoint list, let's say for example there are multiple columns in the SharePoint list. For that column we need to mention it. We can select that field value. I'm selecting the title. If we select that, it will come like this. Okay, need your title. This need your approval, and SharePoint title is appearing here. Okay, like this email ID to whom we need to assign. We can directly assign as well. Say for example, Sriram. Uh, must we am assigning to you. So likewise we can assign or from the SharePoint list as well we can pick. Here you can see modified and created, right? Likewise if we have approval like approver name like that, if there is any column and you want to assign the person who to whom it is assigned, you can give that column name as well. Okay, details, item links, these are the other like extra supported stuff. These three are mandatory. You can see other things whichever you want to describe in the email. If you need to, you can add, or else you can leave as it is. Okay, once it is done, I'm saving it. I have needed. Control condition I'm adding. Okay, condition means if else condition. What is the if, say for example, like whether the approver is approved or not. Responses, approver response is equal to this like for multiple if there are n number of approvals, like we have selected only your name. Okay, say for example there are uh, 3 to 5 approvers, and for each approver there may be multiple response, right? That's why it automatically like it created apply to it. It's something similar to for loop only. For each response it will pass this condition. Okay, if response is approved, we can even we can do now for this is condition. Okay, if this condition is fulfilled, what needs to be done? If the I mean if the approver is approved, what needs to be done, that we will decide. Update the SharePoint list, update file, update Excel, update item. Likewise we can create. Okay, even if we need, we can create as well. Create an item. I'm selecting create item in SharePoint. In which site you need to create. I'm selecting the same site URL, and which list you want to create. I'm selecting test list, and it's a value automatically. It comes. What is the title you want to give? First, the previous title I'm selecting. This is the item when item are created. Those values are coming here, so I'm giving the title. Status in progress. Test column 1. We can give any values. Likewise, we can create an item, and it will create new item once it is approved, and add an action if we need. After creating item, if we need to perform any other event, like send email. 0365 email I'm selecting. Same kind of email, new email. It comes to whom we need to send. We can type here. This one. Upload. Okay. Same way, if you need, you can create like if you want to say item rejected, send email, send an email. Okay. After this condition, if you want to perform another event, like you can think of updating the particular item or deleting the item. Those events, if you want to perform it, you can do, you can add an action from here, and it will perform that action. Okay, this is the like step by step sequential in sequential order utility. Okay, we can add switch case as well. Switch control we can add. Okay. So for each switch case, you know, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So for example, in Cognizant, there may be like multiple roles: programmer, analyst, associate, SC. So for each role, what like kind of task, what needs to be assigned? If we need to write, means we can write it in switch case. Switch role designation. Designation, if it is PA, in this 11, EA, likewise it will come. Okay. So same way, if there are multiple for each state, if you need, but if there is a status column, status is not started, in progress, completed. Like if, there are a number of states, and if for each state, if you need to write some condition, means that you can achieve it through switch cases. Okay. Same way for loop for each, and if else all the conditions are available, so based on your requirement you can use. Okay. Deleting switch case. Okay, that's it about it. We can save this. Flow checker test, and flow checker, it will show if there is any error or warning, something in the flow, it will show here. Okay, currently there is no error and warning, so it is 0. I'm clicking on test. or I'll create new item. We'll see whether as we have created, I'm going here. I'm going back. So in the my flows, if you see approval workflow which we have created currently, so that is displayed here. I'm clicking on it. All the information like details, status on, created, modified, all the information will be available here. Last 28 days run history. If it ran for any item, that history also will be available here. Okay. Um, Creating new item in the employee info. From status failed, it seems. Let's see why it failed. Start and wait for the approval. There is an issue. There's an error in our flow preventing creation of the approvals. Wait for an approval is null that we assigned. Okay, I'll remove the second part. We'll see. I'm going to approval workflow, edit. I'm removing. Oh, this one only throws error, right? Okay, assigned to. Not sure why it is just to. I'm assigning. So I gave your name, right? I'm not sure how it removed. Flow checker. Save. I saved it. I've been coming and checking whether it's assigned or not. Yes, checking test 2 is assigned. Okay, now we'll see. We'll create one more item. Yeah, employee ID 34. running. On clicking on it, you can see what is the status. You can see item event is triggered and it is waiting for approval. That's why you can see this icon. Once it got completed, this tick mark will come here as well. And likewise for each action. Say for example, if you are like creating a complex flow, there are n number of actions conditions are available. From here, you can easily navigate and you can find where that issue is, and you can fix the issue. It will be helpful for you to debug the issue. Okay, if I go to approvers, you can see I send approval. See, need your approval. MS is the one. You can see here I have given as title. The title value came here. Need your approval. MS. Okay, fine. Okay. Uh, that's it. You. I have another call at 10 a.m. Okay, we'll wind up for today. We'll resume tomorrow. Like we'll log in from test two and we'll approve it. And if there are some other actions, right, like for loop and all that, how it is updating the SharePoint list and adding the item. And if we need to call REST API, that also we can do those things. And